Hey guys, Jeremy here at My Way MFG. And it's cold out there today. You would think it was March or something. Anyway, we're going to go over and work on the car here in a little bit. See what we can do with that door. Can we do anything with that door? Gosh, I hope so. Anyway, I got these in the mail today. These are from Bob Drake. These are the clips we need to put our turn signal lenses in. So I'll be able to button that up now. Have that all done with. Guy that watches a YouTube channel, his name's Joel Stiles. He's sent me a lot of good stuff. The hood ornament, I got new rubber to go on the running boards. Those come from Joel. A bunch of other stuff. But anyway, he contacted me the other day by a messenger, and he said he was going to send me a centerpiece for the grill. I thought it'd be a used one. Heck, it's a brand new one from Bob Drake. Still in the package. Got all the hardware in there for it. Thanks, Joel. I never expected a new one. That's awesome. And he also said, hey, I got a mirror I can send you. He said it needs painted. Well, I was thinking an old chrome mirror that was going to have to be all ground down and bondoed up and smoothed out. No, the one he sent me was painted originally. It was a painted mirror, I think, and it's got good glass in it. The glass is perfect. I think I get this sanded down and paint it pearl white. It'll look beautiful in there. And the more I think about it, I think the white one might even look better than a chrome one. But that's the original 40 Ford mirror. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use that as well. Anyway, appreciate it. I really do. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the garage and see if we can do something with that awful door, you know? See you over there, guys. All right, guys. This is probably several days for you guys. It's only about an hour for me, 2 hours since I made the last video. I just came back over here. I've made this little piece here to go in the corner there. Seems like I'll be able to get that in there pretty good. And our hinge will be really secure. All the rust will be gone. Have to do a little deal right here maybe. But then this corner will be welded up anyway. Move on to that. Grab this trunk lid. That's where I cut the patch out for the other trunk lid. But I got real good metal on this. If you look at that skin, that's not rusty at all. I think I'm gonna cut some patches out of that for the outer door skin. It's not long enough to reach all the way across, so we'll probably have to do it in 2 halves, but we've already got a quilt going here. What's another weld at this point, you know? But anyway, we're gonna keep moving here. But right now this is solid. I think I'm gonna flip it over, kind of get a look at the top side of it, and then test fit it back on the car here one more time. That's what that's looking like. The curvature all looks pretty good on it. If you're looking down it this way, you can see a wonky spot like right there. But I think I'm just missing a tack weld right here because it was so rusty right there. I didn't get one. But I think all in all, I think we've retained our shape pretty good. I'm trying to figure out how far up I need to actually cut this. You can see the active rust. It's, you know, the darker brown stuff here. The rest of this up in here is going to be good. I think like right in here is probably my highest point of bad rust. Yeah, actually probably here. I might ought to cut it clear up to there. We might have a spot here that isn't that great either. Looks like I blew through right there. But I wasn't wanting to get into the exterior bodywork on this car right now, but I feel like I need to do something with that right now. It's kind of like with the tail pan on the trunk. I didn't really want to do that either, but I kind of have to get the goal I'm trying to achieve here, you know. So I'm going to kind of measure this, get cut up past the bad stuff, cut something out of that trunk lid and see if we can get something here on the outside. That's what I'm going to do. But for right now, I want to put it on the car once. All right, I just test fitted the door back on the car. What can I say, really? The biggest problem with it, it lines up pretty good now. This front gap is too wide. It gets pretty good when you get up here. It don't seem too bad. Down through here, it seems a little wide. I wouldn't even care about that. I think if that was painted a car color and not white, I don't even think you'd notice it too much. That patch is fitting in there good. I can easily do some body work on that and get it to hide. My big problem is this back door gap. Up here, it doesn't look too bad. And then it just keeps getting tighter. Got a little bit of clearance there. I'm still off a little bit there, aren't I, on the... But by the time you get down here, it's touching. My contour of the door stayed good down here where I welded it. So that's good. I could cut that, grind it off, and re-weld the edge of it and get a gap there. That might be what I have to do, because there's no movement up here. There's nothing I can do to make that gap any tighter. You know, the hinges are where they are, and about the only thing I could do would be to cut that off. But it's not just the outer skin that's close. The inner structure here is also close. You know, you saw me on the other side where I had to knock them rivets in because they were scratching the paint off. I got enough clearance here. I'm not gonna scuff any paint or anything, but I might have to do something right there. I could run a tape line down there and grind that back and re-weld it, I guess. But the thing is, I don't really want to do all this body work on the outside of the car until I'm ready to... The door's working right now. I think I'm gonna fix the bottom of it. Just leave it alone, and that's a problem for future Jeremy, you know. But for right now, the door's working pretty good. It's solid. So I think we're just gonna weld the bottom of it up and put it together for now. But you know what, all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. If you sit down in the car and open the door and close it and use it, it feels right. That's what I really want. So, and it don't look bad, does it? That doesn't look bad. I'm just afraid if you left it like that, it might chip the paint on the edges, because it's right there tight. I think by the time you got paint on it, it would hit. So if I ever go to paint the car, I'm gonna have to readdress that. Looking at the driver's side, it's tight, but it is better. There is a bit of a gap here. Not very damn much though. I could slip a credit card in there, that'd be about it. But the odd thing is, my gaps are consistent all the way around. It's just like the whole door needs to come ahead about 1/8 of an inch, but there's just no way to do it. Yeah, like I say though, they're both working good. I guess that's what I was going for. So we're gonna weld it up and put it together. Hey guys, got a piece cut out of that trunk lid. This seems to be pretty good metal. This has got a curve down on each end. I'm gonna cut those off where it's still flat. Trace this out, see if we can get it in there. Guys, I got this cut out. We'll do this corner after a bit, but we got a nice flange there on the bottom where I put that new piece of metal in. No rust down there anywhere anymore. I've got this piece cleaned up. I've just finished fitting it. So I think I'm ready to start going across there with it. Yeah, I got this about back together. I know that flange was even with the bottom of my door, so I just been trimming the new skin off, grinding it back until I'm even with the flange, and then welding it back. And I'm up to here with it. And then we'll continue on. But looking at it from this side, I've got real good penetration on my weld back through there all the way. I didn't burn through anywhere, so I'm pretty confident I got all the rust out of it. And the whole bottom of the door is new, except for this piece here that was still good. So I think that's going to do what I want it to. I think maybe by tomorrow I'll probably have this welded up and we'll start fiberglassing it and doing a little body work on it. I'm gonna fix this door jamb up and repaint it while I'm painting the door. It's scuffed all to hell. But and then that garnish molding will get painted as well. And I got a mirror I think I'm gonna paint. So good time of the year to do that painting right now. I can open the door, plus there's not really any bugs, you know. So I want to get that done. Next day, I've been welding on the bottom of this. I've cut out that last bad section. I've got a piece roughly made that fits up in there. I'll trim the edges after I get it in. Then we're gonna put it back on the car one more time and check, see how it looks once again. Tacked in with that. I'm gonna flip it over now, cut it. I got the top side welding done, and I just laid a real wide, big, thick layer of fiberglass over everything. And I'm gonna take a DA to that in a bit. Most of it will wind up back on the floor, but I want that in there, level that off as much as I can so I don't end up with a bunch of Bondo in there. But when we start taking a DA to that, we'll be able to kind of see where we're at with it. And then we'll go from there. If you look down it this way, it all looks pretty good to me though. The DA will tell. Hey guys, I put a little primer on this door before I left here last night. I knew it wasn't ready to be blocked out yet, but I just kind of wanted to see where I was. As I was sanding that Bondo, I kept hitting high spots. Well, it's what I thought was high spots, but if you're hitting that many high spots, you're not really hitting high spots. The whole area you're working is still low, is what I'm thinking. This is gonna need one more spread of Bondo. I want to put it on the car and kind of straight edge it and just see what it's looking like, I think, before I do that. So let's hang it on there real quick and see what it looks like. All right. Got the door hung back on there. I think all in all, this is going all right. It's going to need one more skimmer of Bondo on it, but if we look down this edge on the front, it might be sticking out just a little, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. But I'm gonna have to put some filler on this too, because I got some rust right here. I think by the time that's built up, that'll be about right. Looking at the shape down across the bottom, it's all in the ballpark, I think. And if we look down this side, it's all pretty flush. So I think as soon as I get enough filler on there that I can block it out the rest of the way, I think that's good. But here's the problem. I've got to do something with this door gap. I'm gonna have to grind my filler back off on that edge. I've got to cut that door gap. It's got to get done eventually, and it just needs done now while I'm doing it. I mean, if I lined all these welds up back to back and made a straight line, I've welded clear across this garage. What's another 4 foot, you know? I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna get this door fitting on here and looking okay. But honestly, I could have went to the landfill and got a door off a refrigerator, and it would have been about as quick to have put on here and had it looking like a 44 door. But anyway, we're getting close. This is only our second video on the door, so anyway, I'm gonna run a tape line down through that. Probably pull that piece of stainless off and cut it and weld it. While the door was on the car, I measured off the jamb, 1/4 of an inch. That top gap up in the corner was 1/4 of an inch. That looked pretty reasonable to me. I put a pencil mark and just strung the tape out, hitting my pencil mark in all the spots. I'm gonna put it back on the car now. Measured in my tape off the back jamb, see if that all looks straight. Got 1/4 of an inch, right on the line, right on the line. Right on the line. Right on the line, all the way down the top. Good to there. It's so tight my edge of my tape measure won't go in. That all looks good. That looks good. It all looks good. I think I'm gonna cut it. I'm all set up to cut that. I'm having a hard time making myself do it. As soon as I cut that off, I've created a day's worth of work for myself. But I know it ain't gonna be worth a shit if I don't, you know? I'm already so deep into this door, I might as well just finish the whole thing and do every bit of body work on it, from top to bottom, you know? Why have to go back to it later? And I say everything happens for a reason, but sometimes the reason is you're stupid and you make bad decisions. Anyway, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette, start cutting. All right, I've went and done it. I took a cutoff wheel down through there, and then I took a flapper disc and ground it flush with the tape. I think we'll pull the tape off, get a few tack welds up and down it, fit it back on the car, see what it looks like. Ended up pulling the stainless trim off. But anyway, keep moving here. I just got that tack back together, but I gotta say I'm glad I did that. Look at this gap now. That's going to give us a nice consistent door gap. And this is working. It's like a brand new car, really. I didn't want to get into all this work, but you know what, guys? I've got a split in it right here too. That's got to get welded up before I can put the window stuff in. There's no good where to stop on this door, no good place to stop. I think I'm gonna do the body work on the whole door. I found Napa down in Canton can get me the original color paint for this car. They had the chip for it. I'm gonna dust some of this original color back on here and just paint this whole door. Just a real thin paint job with a little satin clear or something over it, and just call this door done, because it needs work everywhere. So where do you stop? That piece right in the middle right there might be left original. That'd be about it. Maybe the top frame. But I'm gonna do the whole door. You know, this front door gap, I've been saying was too wide. But, you know, if you measure, it's just slightly over 1/4 of an inch everywhere. It's really probably right. Yeah, anyway, that's not going to be too bad. As I open this door and look at it, I got those tack welds there every few inches. I think I might just stand here and start welding it. I think maybe it's about as, I think I can see better with it on the car. Standing here, you know. I'm gonna try that rather than put it back on the table, I think. Just see if I can get that welded all the way down. Got that welded about 3/4 of the way down. Put a tape line back on there. I'm gonna grind them welds off to my tape, see what it looks like. All right, guys, I got this welded up 3/4 of the way down. Got a nice edge ground back down there. It's welded clear up to here. You basically can tell nothing ever happened there. Door gap is much nicer. It's one of them things. You just got to make yourself start on it. After you start on it, it's not that bad. Anyway, I'm going to go home for now. Actually, I see this video is getting to be about a half an hour. I was going to save it for Saturday. I think I'll go home and post it. This will be video number 2 on worst car door ever. And we'll see what we can get done Saturday, you know. Hopefully get this looking like something. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all them things. We'll catch you on the next one. Later, Jeremy.